As though Lonmin says it cannot rule out restructuring and it's imposing a freeze on hiring. While the results were announced, Lonmin was also responding today to heavy criticism against it at the Farnham Commission of Inquiry into the shootings at Marikana in 2012. Lonmin has been criticised for not engaging with workers who wanted to speak to the company directly and had reportedly lost faith in the National Union of Mine Workers. Its lawyer said it could not breach the legal framework. Workers were armed and did not want a negotiation, but they wanted a capitulation. Well, let's look into this. We're now joined on the line from London by the CEO of Lonmin, Ben Magara. Ben, good evening to you. For a while, there's been a big concern about Lonmin's books. Investors do seem to be relieved that you're not asking for money right now, but that could change. The platinum price is very low. Is Lonmin running a sustainable operation right now?
Good evening, Francis. We are very excited about the ramp-up that we have seen in our operations since the strike ended. Our employees have all rallied behind at every shaft with management and all the trade unions to make sure that we create a sustainable business and also a stable operating environment, given we've got 3 years of wage agreement, which now still has another 2 years to go. The subdued platinum prices are a challenge for us, but we have not set back. We have not wasted a good crisis, and therefore, as Lonmin, we have targeted benefits for the next 3 years, which are in excess of 2 billion rands of savings and efficiency and productivity improvements, together with our employees, to make sure we create a sustainable business.
Does that productivity relate to new technology at all? You haven't ruled out restructuring. Will jobs be lost?
We have ruled out restructuring. That productivity improvements is actually an engagement we are doing with our employees. Since the strike ended, Lonmin with AMCU, we have actually had a 2-day workshop to engage on the issues that would make a successful relationship, and we have come to the party and signed the relationship charter, which will drive our relationship going forward. In terms of the restructuring, we say that our interim results that it was inevitable given the 5-month strike, and of course the continuing subdued platinum prices. We believe that this is still the case. However, every employee matters greatly to me and to Lonmin. It's not about shafts and machines, it is about people. So we are working hard to avoid any eventuality of job losses, and we hope we find sensible ground, and most of our shafts are doing very well. So we are using freezing recruitment and only leaving selective recruitment. We are using natural attrition. We are looking at redeploying some of our excess labor into more productive and more high-margin production areas in order to avoid job losses, but this may indeed still become inevitable.
Ben, if it is about people, then given history, it looks like Lonmin still has to spend on social issues. You've been heavily criticised after Marikana for not doing enough to uplift the lives of workers. A damaging report came out last year looking at CSR failures. We went there for the commemoration. We went to Marikana, and it didn't seem like much had changed. Why?
Francis, a profitable business is extremely critical in order for us to resolve some of the social challenges that exist around our operations and indeed around our country, South Africa. And to us, we take social investment quite seriously and improving the living conditions of our employees and communities around us. I have said repeatedly that in this area, Lonmin and government and all other parties have to have a step change in our attention to social issues. So even in our benefits that we're expecting from the cost savings and capital efficiency and productivity improvements we're expecting, part of that benefit has to go into social spend, because we ignore the perils of our less privileged at a big disadvantage to our business. We have done in that regard BEE transactions with our BAPO community, which has been elusive for years, and we've given them equity into Lonmin. We are doing an ESOP with our employees and community trusts because we believe that they need to feel like they're economic participants to the operations that they operate. And we believe that those are great benefits so that we can share value and have clear shared purpose for a successful Lonmin. Francis.
Ben, do shareholders accept this? I would be interested to know, because there are two forces here. The need for social spend, looking at social issues on the other hand, the capitalist forces, the need for dividends. Do shareholders understand this balance that you're going to have to achieve?
I was speaking, Francis, to shareholders and analysts and investors today, and I will speak to them again in the next few days. I myself am also a shareholder and an investor in Lonmin. I have been telling these analysts and all our shareholders that in London as well and everywhere, that this issue of social investment has become a business critical issue. It is an investment, not just a cost. But we need profitable businesses in order to be able to solve these social issues. So make no mistake, it is our priority, and I expect that shareholders will pick on that as well as we go beyond. It's beyond compliance, so we need to make sure we are successful.
Ben, finally, you said that an agreement has been signed with AMCU. That's good. The whole way that Lonmin handled the strike at Marikana is in the spotlight because your lawyer was speaking at the Farlam Commission today, saying that you couldn't go out and engage directly with workers, even though that's what they wanted. My final question is, shouldn't there be a bit more soul-searching? Is there more scope in future for mining leaders like yourself, you weren't there in 2012, but in future to go and stand before workers, to change the way that those relationships are handled?
We have indeed been doing a lot of soul searching, and there are a lot of legacy issues, and all of us as a country and as an industry have a lot of work to do. I think the Farlam Commission is a great opportunity for such introspection, and we committed as Lonmin to be supportive of this process of Judge Farlam, and agreed, as he requested, that we will not make public statements about the process until we have given our evidence. We have done that. Therefore, we ask everyone really to give the Judge Farlam and his team an opportunity to generate the findings and learnings from this process. And these learnings and findings will be presented to the President, who has made a commitment in the terms of reference of the Farlam Commission that he will choose to make that available. So we really believe that it's been difficult for us to ignore the negative statements that are ascribed to Lonmin and its people. And this has been to our detriment, but we believe is the right thing to give Judge Farlam Commission an opportunity to air those views first.
Right. Well, hopefully we can chat again after that's all wrapped up. Thank you very much for your time. Ben Magara, the CEO of Lonmin.